Hi, 3rd through 5th grade. Today we are doing a clownfish scene. You need a paper, pencil, eraser. I would recommend some color pencils and crayons for this piece, okay? We're doing this piece right here. So, let's get started. It's not that hard to draw this one. We're gonna start with 3 almond shapes. I'm going to make this one a little bigger. Okay. Next, let's draw all our back fins. I'm having these two face away from each other. Erase the connecting lines between these two areas. Now I'm adding the front fin, the front top fin for each fish. It also has a back fin, back top fin for each fish. Now we're going to add, so you have 2 fins on the top of each fish. Now we're going to add the arms. And let's add the eyes. That changes it up a little bit. Now we're going to add the arm peeking out from the other side. Okay. Each fish is going to have 3 stripes. Let's start with the front stripe for each fish. Now we're going to do the middle stripe on each fish. Okay, now we're going to do the back stripe on each fish. Oh, I did forget one of the fins. We'll do it in a second. So 3 stripes on each fin. It also has, each fish has a back bottom fin. Okay, now our fins are complete. On the back fin of each fish, we're going to do a parallel line on each one. Inside this area, you're going to do some detail lines. And you're going to do the same detail lines at the top of each one. And that's it for the fish. Now we're going to draw a sea anemone. So just do these worm-like things going all the way. I'm going to stop around here. I'm going to pause mine as I finish this anemone, and I'll show it to you. So my sea anemone, I finished it. They're all really close and touching each other, okay? There's no rhyme or reason to it. You kind of want to have it smaller in the middle and bigger on the outside to give kind of like this C shape, okay? Now lightly, I'm going to paint all the water in the back with turquoise, not paint, color, using the side small piece of crayon. I'm going to first do it really lightly, and then I'm going to go in there and do patches of it in dark turquoise and patches of it in darker blue. So first I'm going to fill up the whole thing lightly with this crayon. Okay, so I filled up the whole thing lightly with turquoise. Now I'm going to use the same turquoise and do patches. Let's find a nice spot. Just patches that are kind of darker. I'm not going to create actual tones, because this is in the water. All this is just reflections of light, and it's not like one place. It's with water, it's very different. So I'd recommend looking up pictures of a coral reef and seeing all the different shades of blue and green that you could find. It's so lovely. So I'm going to just kind of do that with a few different colors like that, basically. Trying to make it similar to the pictures I was noticing. So now that I've done the turquoise, I'm going to add a different darker blue as well. And then I'm going to find some green. After I finish this dark blue, I'm going to find a green and do the patches of green as well. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing, but with a little bit of green to create even more tones. After I do this, I'm going to clean up my edges with colored pencils. I'm going to find similar colors and kind of just go around the anemones and the fish and just clean up those edges. So let's try that with a turquoise. Use it like a paintbrush, use the side, holding it from far away. So I'm going to keep doing that throughout my picture and just cleaning up my edges. I'm going to pause until I finish. Okay, so my water is done. This would look really, really nice in watercolor. If you do it in watercolor, I recommend first painting the whole background in light turquoise, then doing some patches of the dark blue, or you can do it as you work your way down, but start from the top, work your way down slowly, alternating between the colors. Or you can try that other technique called wet on wet, where you first wet the background, only the background. Be very careful going around your fish and anemone. Then drop in the colors of turquoise and blue throughout, and that'll create a very water looking image actually. So that might be fun to do too. I would recommend experimenting with that before you spend so much time drawing on a plain piece of paper, and see how you do with that. Okay, so now we need orange for our fish. Orange, white, and black. White, you just leave white. So let's start with the orange. I'm going to do the big patches with crayon for vibrancy. So I'm going to color one, then I'm going to pause it. Well, I'm going to color one orange so you can see where it needs to be orange. Okay, so basically this is my orange part. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing to the other fish. Okay, so I finished that. Oh, I forgot a few little spots. And back here. Now I recommend the next part in a black color pencil. Hopefully you have one. Okay. So you're going to outline the back of this fish. And then the top here. And you're going to put those lines in as well. And you're basically going to outline most of this fish. Fill in that eye. I did forget a mouth. You can add a mouth. Okay, so that's basically the fish. So you have to do that basically to each fish. So I'm going to pause and finish up doing that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, my fishies are done. Now the anemone. I recommend getting two colors, either a pink and a dark pink, or like a light purple with a dark purple. I'm going to do a few. Then I'm going to pause. So I'm going to do this subtle pink. Just going to fill them in, a few of them. Then I'll show you what you're going to do with the dark pink. Or, you know, I'll just fill up all of this with light pink, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so now that I've did that, I'm going to go into each one and kind of darken the edges with a darker color. I don't know if that one works. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's better. To create these tones. Hold on. So I'm kind of just going around, like almost like outlining, but I'm coming into each little piece kind of sideways. Maybe the little ones will be more outlining, and so on. So I'm going to do this to every single one, and then our picture will be done. And it's really gonna, you see the difference between these and these? It really makes it pop. So I highly recommend not skipping this step. And if you actually look up sea anemones, they're so colorful. They could be so many different colors, from yellows to greens. The one I chose was like more these colors, but I mean, you can really decide which way you want to go, but I recommend picking two different colors. Two colors that are similar, a dark and a light of that color, so you can do what I'm doing. So whichever way you go, whether it's yellow or green or purples or pinks, find the darker version of that color. I'm going to pause and continue, and then I'll show you the end. All right, so that's the end of my picture. I would love, hold on, let me lift it up. I would love to see some of your work, everybody, whoever's done these projects. You can leave them in the comments and share with everybody. So yes, this would look really lovely in watercolor. If you do this in watercolor for the anemone part, I recommend first painting each anemone in the light color that you choose, and then with a blending brush outline, well, have two brushes ready, one for blending, one for outlining. So as you outline, then blend into that light color, and that way you can create the same look. All right, have a good day, everybody. Hope you had fun.